Episode 11. Today's episode is filled with glorious topics. Those like doctor's visits, waking baby overnight and the baby feeding frenzy phenomenon, and also changing your baby in public. So, without further ado, here we go. As you'll notice, I am wearing the glorious dad shirt. Just in case I am outside and I don't have my baby in my hands, I want everyone to know the glorious journey that I'm on, that I'm dad. And yes, in case you're wondering, I did have at least 7 people the other day in public be like, "Hey, Dad." And I was like, "Yeah, you bet I am. Thanks, guys." And we all got a great laugh out of it. Most of them were dads, and there was random high-fivings. So if you see me in public sporadically, and I'm wearing this shirt, I do expect a high five because you've clearly seen this video and I'm wearing the dad shirt. So it's just kind of law now. Anyways, so today's episode is about doctor's visits. So you get a couple of these right away. Baby's here, boom, doctor, like right next day. They're like, "Hey, cool, we just saw this baby. Also, I'm going to need to see this baby in like 24 hours. Thanks." Then you get one like a following week later. Then you get one 2 weeks later. Then they space it out to like the month. Then you go back for the 6th week. And it's just endless, guys. But at the end of the day, healthy baby is happy baby. And happy and healthy baby make healthy and happy homes. So, love our kids. Take them to the doctor. Because even though we grow up and we learn that doctors are not always our favorite place, they don't know that and they're required to go by fatherly law. That's just kind of how it is. But it's so funny to go into the doctor's office because, at least in ours, they lay out like the big sheet across, you know, that you know, like the doctor paper, right? And they have like this little measuring thing. So that's how they measure the baby. It's hilarious to me because I'm just like, what do you do? Like, but I guess adults aren't laying on this table because I think the ruler on the paper only goes to like 3 feet. So I've never seen a 3-foot baby. I think they're just called toddlers or angry children at that time. But it's just hilarious to me because she's like, "Okay, lay the baby out," like smoothing the baby. She's like, "Okay, good, and legs down here. All right, hey, you are this long today." And we're like, "That seems much longer than it was like a week ago." And they're like, "Oh yeah, baby's just out there growing, doing baby things." Reminder, babies grow so fast. Time is flying. Anyways, they're going to weigh the baby. They usually check your baby. They do, you know, babies come out a little jaundice. So the doctor's going to give you all kinds of things. But expect lots of information at the doctor's visits. Ask all the questions you want to, please. I mean, literally, you're paying for it to go there, and it's for your baby. So if at any given point you're like, "So my baby pooped and it was yellow. Like, what's up with that? Is that supposed to still be a thing?" And the doctor will be like, "Oh, great question. Absolutely. Yes. Phenomenal. Also, it should be blank." Feel free to ask the questions. I have been reminded that not all doctors have glorious bedside manner, which is hilarious being that it's a baby. But maybe it's just the fact that, like, I don't know. Like, they're just, one of our doctors was just super short. We were like, "So what about this?" You know, they make you fill out the whole little questionnaire thing, and you're like, "I do have questions. I'd like to speak about this, 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 and this." Get in there, and doctor was like, "Yeah, you got any questions?" And we're like, You're holding the paper? So, I mean, this feels like one of those internet applications where they want you to do something and then submit something. It's the same. You see it in your hand. And we're like, "Well, you know, we had some questions about," "Yeah, all that looks normal." Like, one of those was not like a normal question. It was just like a curiosity. And the doctor finally was just like, "Oh, okay, all right, whatever. Ask the questions, ladies and gentlemen. Dads, ask the question. It's your baby. Be that guy." Okay? Everyone's favorite topic, sleep. Waking babies overnight and crazy baby feeding frenzy. Babies go through growth spurts. I mean, we all know that babies just don't magically one night go to bed and then they wake up and they're 5. That's not how it works. But you don't always expect baby growth spurts to be like instant, right? I assure you, everything that everyone has told me is that babies grow so fast and they don't spend much time, very little. Now, they're not necessarily gaining endless amount of weight where you have the baby and then like a week later the baby's like 3 pounds heavier. Not a normal thing. Not in my case, at least. But it is kind of funny now because seeing our baby, I'm like, wow, you are bigger than possibly even 9 o'clock this morning. But it's because babies go through growth spurts and they feed like crazy. I will be honest, I am so amazed that my wife is even still awake because the baby feeds like every hour, sometimes not even an hour. She's like, okay, feeding, and then the baby's just like, milk drunk, and she's like, oh yes, good, okay, and set the baby down. Like 15 minutes later, wild angry baby. I am not happy. I need the milk right now. And you're like, did you just say it like 10 minutes ago? Does not want the binky because binkies are lies. We learned that. Also, does not want any music, no sounds, no lights, no fans, no nothing will console the baby except more milk. And this baby is downed easily. This may not be factual. At least like a gallon of milk in the last 3 days. Now, you're thinking, well, a gallon of milk, that's not hard. It's a baby. They get like 3 to 4 ounces at this point in our lives. How many feedings does it take? Because my wife yesterday was like, she's fed 14 times today. And I'm like, seems like a lot. She's like, yeah, it used to be like 10. Now it's 14. And I think today, she's honestly up to like 15 or something like that. So wives, you are troopers. Wow. Because I'm not going to lie, I don't like doing anything every single hour. And at any given time when someone's just like, do it. And I'm like, yeah, you got it. Especially something that is mentally and physically draining on you at the same time. But be prepared when they go through their growth spurts. That is a wild time, ladies and gentlemen. If you are feeding on bottles, I'm going to let you know. You just go ahead and have all those bottles pre-made. It is for everyone's benefit that you do that. Third thing before we get going is changing in public. Now, we've had to do this a couple times. Mom always has baby, so Dad, it's your job to give them a little privacy if there isn't any privacy. They have those beautiful little muslin cloths. You just throw them up, just beautiful shade. Take your jacket if it's winter. Stand in front of them. Create something. We've changed a baby in the backseat of a car, in the trunk, in a restaurant, near the tables. I mean, quite honestly, it's just wherever you have to change the baby, you have to change the baby. So kind of keep your eyes open now. I didn't think it would be one of those things prior to having the baby where I'd be like, all right, so let's see. Where's the baby changing table in this establishment? Didn't think that was going to be me. It is now me. So, keep an eye out, but always remember, try to bring something nice for your baby to lay on, because just think about if you were to lay down in whatever area you're going to change your baby on. Chances are you would at least ask for a blanket or some tissue paper, something. Give your baby something clean to lay on. Gentlemen, come on. We got to do better for that, right? All right. Anyways, guys, that was episode 11. You were the best, and I hope you have a wonderful day. As always, love your kids. Take lots of photos with your kids because time flies, and be good to one another. Have a wonderful day.